Writing is one of the most important skills that you can have. The ability to write down your thoughts in an articulate way can not only change your life, but also people's lives around you. If you want to learn some tips on how to write better, then keep watching this video. The pen is mightier than a sword. You may have heard this quote before, and it sounds a little bit crazy, but it is so true. The pen is mightier than a sword because ideas are more compelling than an army. It's ideas that shape lives, not force. When I was going through middle school and high school, I wasn't very good at school. My teachers would tell me that I kind of sucked at writing and reading, and it wasn't because I wasn't actually good at those things or I didn't have an ability to actually excel in those things. It was just because I didn't have an interest in school and schoolwork, and I wasn't just really motivated at all. It wasn't until my first few weeks of university that I realized I needed to learn how to read and write at a completely higher level. And to my shock and amazement, I actually learned how to write and to read a whole lot better. And here are 4 things I learned from university and from seminary on how to write better. Study different writing styles. During my first semester of university, because I didn't know how to write that well, I would read textbooks and scholarly articles and scholarly books, not just for the content, but for the author's style and grammar and use of the words that they're using. I noted how they used commas, semicolons, dashes, how their syntax and clauses were formed, how their phrasing was put together. I just observed everything I could. When I was in high school, I would get about a 70% for a writing assignment, but the first assignment I handed in after studying different authors' grammar and style was 90. And that was a complete shock to me, and I maintained that all the way through university. But here's something really important. When it comes to establishing a style of writing and learning how to write, you first need to copy someone else's writing and then make it your own. That's the same with any new skill that you're learning. Copy and then innovate. Love to read. The phrase writers are readers is so true. If you don't like to read, you need to start liking to read if you want to become a writer. Because it's through reading that we are able to actually learn how to write and how to write properly. It is so essential to have a discipline of reading anything. Books, articles, journals, it doesn't matter. Just start reading. Love to write. You've also heard of the phrase, writers are writers. Well, actually, no, you probably didn't because I just made that up, but it is still completely true. The only way you actually get better at something is through practicing that thing. That is just common knowledge. So if you want to become a writer and get better at writing, you just need to write, and that's it. Start by writing a blog or having a journal or, I don't know, just writing your thoughts down. Just start writing or even have like a big project. I don't know. The point is, you need to write if you want to be a writer. And it's important to set goals around your writing as well. With this video, I actually have a script that I write every single one of my videos, and there's a kind of an accountability that I have with that goal of posting a video every single week, which is my audience. If I don't put a video out, it means I never wrote a script. Learn to read a new language. There are so many things that English speakers take for granted when it comes to grammar and style, just because it's our first language. But when we learn a new language, not necessarily how to speak a new language, but how to read a new language, we're learning all the grammatical tools that can be transferable to English as well. When I went through university and seminary, I took Biblical Greek and Biblical Hebrew, and I don't know how to speak those languages, but when I was learning those languages, I was learning the tools to grammar itself, and it was really helping my English more than it was my Greek and my Hebrew. Don't forget, the pen is mightier than the sword. And haven't you always wanted to learn how to defend yourself using a pen? Don't forget that if you liked this video, please hit the subscribe button. And if you think this video could help someone else you know, share it along. And don't forget to always live intentionally.